chips. Wow, that's the powerful cross-court forehand attack from the backhand side that we've been watching all tournament long from these top-level players. They make it look easy, but that's a very difficult shot to pull off. And you can see immediately on the next point, Cheng Li still attacking, but opting for the down-the-line attack, that versatility to be able to go cross-court and down the line from that backhand corner with the forehand.
Yeah, Kevin, we're going to be in for an amazing match here. Both these players are huge shot makers. They can just hit shots at will, and they're winners.
1, 2.
It's always hard when you're playing your teammate. You guys know each other's games really well.
Definitely. It's fun, though, to have your season culminate in a matchup between
Against your
teammates.
buddy, your practice partner.
Yeah, you've trained all year long to get to this point, working to improve yourself, but also each other.
It shows that they work well together.
Yeah, and now you've done it. You've beaten out everybody else to this point. Your training all year has paid off. I remember in that finals matchup from 2 years back in 2014, we had Yichi with a number of just ridiculous backhands to essentially stun Cheng Li, even though Cheng Li was the eventual champion. I'm interested to see if he can pull that off again as well.
Yichi definitely has the better backhand out of the two players. There you see 2 points in a row. He won with his backhand spin.
And there's that powerful backhand attempt from Yichi, although this time
he missed it
long off the table.
Yep.
But good to take that attempt early in this first game, make sure that it's ready and warm for the later games when you need it.
So now he's missed 2, made 2 backhands. So his backhand is 50-50. I don't know if I like my odds when it's 50-50.
Not as much as I'd like him at 90-10.
You know, I'd be trying to step that corner with that forehand. It seems a little more sure.
We do get to see in these semifinal matches the best-of-7 round, giving players a little bit more time to warm up those shots.
Hear that spin when it touches the net?
Incredible. Picked up by our net cam.
Amazing. That net cam is really cool.
And same thing right there. Nice of them to demonstrate that again for us.
Makes us look like we know what we're talking about.
It's like they hired us to commentate table tennis or something.
Nah, they couldn't do that.
And there's again that step around forehand shot. Not quite as far wide from the backhand side as some, but still on that backhand half of the table. Cross court, playing wide to his opponent's backhand.
Seven, 9. Yichi down 2 points. The number 10 seed. Oh, That's a really good return to serve. Step over to his forehand side, give the backhand C, banana loop they like to call it. Very good, very deceptive. You don't know how much side spin they put on that ball. All right, at 8-9, he makes his backhand.
There you go, he warmed it up over the first couple.
Hopefully, it's a little better than 50%.
Yeah, now it's right.
9-9.
3 for 5.
Okay,
Brought him
so
up to
he's better.
60.
Yeah, he's increasing. He's still not like the Warriors. Had to give them a shout out.
Yeah.
Both Kevin and I are from the Bay Area, so we're big Warriors fans. Oh! Hold on. He was down 6-9.
And there's that forehand, too.
Now he's 10-9 up, just like
crazy.
that.
10-9. Beautiful backhand opener from Cheng. How cold is the blood in his veins? Ice cold.
Freezing.
Deuce already in this first game. Oh.
So the player who gained advantage there was Yichi. He caught that ball a little earlier than Cheng Li, and there was no time for Cheng Li to be ready for the next shot.
So much side spin on those balls. Oh, 11-11.
You know, it's interesting, Kevin. I've watched this team this year at a couple of different tournaments. Even after they would lose in the singles, they would go and practice because, of course, they were preparing for this event. And now I see how well they've done here. It shows that the preparation is half the battle. You got to prepare. You got to be ready to go. And then when you get here, the rest is mental. Oh, look at that rally.
Oh, beautiful.
Unbelievable exchanges there.
About that point, we heard...
Here's a chance to see it. And I don't mean to cut you off, but check this replay out. Boom, backhand off the bounce, steps to the forehand. Legion moves it to the middle. Nice play.
That down the line shot is a good one to go for. High risk, but high reward.
Nobody wants to give the other one this first game. It is neck and neck, back and forth. Very tactical is Li Jing. He takes his time, thinks about the point.
Much like we observed Emil Santos in, I believe, the quarterfinal round.
He was down in the final game and came back and won it. I think he was down 10-7. Came back and won. And now in the semifinals, he's up 13-12. But Yichi has served, so can he deuce it up?
Oh,
you don't have. See,
I don't think he expected it to come back.
That's what I want to touch on. After you make a shot, you have to always anticipate the ball.
And we'll see it again right here. Notice how he relaxes.
Yeah, he put his full body in. It was over the table.
Exactly. Didn't recover with that right foot still in front of his left. We talk about the preparation of Mississippi College and how important that is, and how this is an event you train for all year long.
Yep.
We had our fellow volunteer saying earlier over the loudspeaker with matches about to begin today, 10 minutes till start time, no more practicing. Not that it's going to help you anymore.
You're already here.
You should be warming up at this point.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. At this point, it's muscle memory and emotion. And the players who've been able to manage their emotions are still here on the tables.
Absolutely. Again, same play.
Beautiful.
We just saw that at the end of the game.
Exactly, same thing, right foot still in front.
2 in a row. Yichi thinks that forehand is a winner. But obviously you're playing your practice partner. He knows where the ball's going.
Yeah, and you can see a little unsettled. He just missed his serve.
Yeah, he was thinking about, man, I made the same mistake twice in a row.
And that you can't let errors like that come back to bite you even further with a missed serve. It's something, the past is the past. You can't undo it.
Just learn from it and move on.
Yeah, there's still 10 more points in that game.
You don't want to make that 1 point you lost turn into 5 points because you're dwelling on that one.
Exactly, and that's something that can happen. very easily if
Oh,
you're
it
not
happened
careful.
to me all the time when I was a player. It was a matter of trying to stop that from happening.
If you can limit your opponent to 1-point streaks, you're going to win every single table tennis game.
Heavy serve. That foot stomp he does there. I mean, we could feel that ricochet through my whole body. But you know he's putting the juice on when he does that. Oh, there, he put the dead ball.
Bold of Cheng Li
That
to
looked the same
attack.
exact serve.
And until it bounced off Cheng's paddle, I thought it was heavy, heavy underspin again.
And that's the key to serving at home, folks. Here's another tip. The motion has to be the same, but you have to be able to create 2 different spins.
Players at this level aren't trying to win the point with a spinny serve. They're trying to set up an easy third ball attack.
Correct. Or 5th or 6th, depending on how deep they are in the rally.
Exactly. It's a game of chess at 120 miles an hour.
Correct. See, sometimes people think, you know, long serve, you're letting the guy attack, but if you're ready for the re-loop, it's actually in your favor to serve long because the guy might be on his back foot. He might be a little slow on that return, and you can catch him off guard. That didn't work there, but that was Li Qing's plan. Oh.
And it just goes to show you can have a winning game plan and just get out executed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because your opponent's game plan always is changing, always reacting to what you're giving him on the table. We've talked about the powerful backhand from Yichi, but close to the table, Cheng Li has a incredible opening flip.
Yeah, that's actually funny you say that. That Li Qing's backhand is really much better over the table than it is if he gets off the table. His backhand's kind of weaker back there.
Definitely. He much prefers the forehand when forced off.
Correct. But at the table, he can definitely score with his backhand. You know, so don't think he has a weak backhand, folks. Like right there, he's dangerous.
Oh, and there's that cannon of a backhand from Yichi that we've seen.
Boom! Just fires. Right here it is.
We'll see it again.
Stays right at the table.
Boom. Kapow!
That forearm, that elbow becomes his fulcrum, and he's able to generate so much power from there. Heavy long serve.
We were just talking about that yesterday, how the elbow acts as a fulcrum.
That's the only way you get power.
You can't keep it in by your body.
Oh, that ball took a turn like a bowling ball going down the lane. Just zoom.
Yeah, you'll see it again. Notice how much it hooks to the left.
Check this out.
And that's what we've talked about, using not just the distance long and short of the table, but the sides, playing out wide left, playing out wide right, really forcing your opponent to run, move around, and force them to get out of position with their feet.
That ball right there, Li Qing does not like missing that high ball. When you give your opponent a free shot like that and it was your point, you see him shaking his head right there. He's like, what did I just do?
Oh, caught him on that serve.
That was a vicious serve.
Heavy underspin long to the body.
Right at you, too. And it's so fast that you think it's topspin, but it's not. It's that heavy underspin.
Then he opts to run around and try to use that forehand.
That's an aggressive return to serve right there. And he jammed him in the backhand. Great placement. You can just feel the tension in the room right now. One of these guys is going to be in the finals, and one of these guys is going home. For this event. They still have teams, but for this event, they're done. Your whole season of training, all that work comes down to this match. And it's 9-9.
Oh, a little lucky break off the edge, but still a powerful forehand shot. Playing to the side, that's the short angle
Good
shot.
drop. Yichi drops it back. He's mad at himself that he didn't flip that ball. He should have wanted to flip that ball first.
Mm-hmm. It's all about obtaining that advantage early in the rally.
Mm-hmm. Great return of serve there. He bananaed that ball, and Yichi was not able to determine how much side spin versus how much top spin is on that ball because you don't know where they catch it. Well, we have a match. One game apiece, and it doesn't get any closer. Both games were decided by 2 points.
You'll notice, if you see him in the coach's corner, neither player has a coach present. We'll see in team match, or when teams are matched up against each other, most often in the college championships and singles matches, coaches opt to take a game off, let the players battle it out themselves. It wouldn't be right to pick a favorite.
No, not when you're playing against your teammate. See that banana return of serve right there? He just misses that re-loop because he's not sure the amount of side spin versus top spin.
And on that bounce off Li Cheng's paddle, it looks to be a high ratio of side spin.
Yeah. On that particular one, Kevin, it was actually more top spin because you saw it jump out. The side spin will make it jump like more into the net. The side spin will actually act like kind of underspin.
Oh, interesting. So then maybe Li Cheng's paddle wasn't quite angled forward enough, as it did end up resulting to the...
Because he was compensating for the amount of side spin. Because that side spin actually acts like underspin.
You are right.
Yeah.
1-0.
That heavy spin on that first loop. I mean, they're all going for that re-loop. Sometimes you just want to block the ball, make the guy get out of position, re-loop the next one. Easier said than done. I'd go for the re-loop too. It's funner.
It is, yeah. We're all just going for top 10 ESPN plays every shot, right?
Well, not the guy who wins, because he wanted to win.
We want to win? I thought we just wanted highlights.
Oh,
yeah.
shoot. Yeah. We want them to have highlights. They want to win. You're right.
And that's why we're up here.
That's correct.
And they're down there.
Yep. Oh, that's a beautiful. It just looks so fluent, that backhand. I mean, it looks like he's just out throwing a frisbee.
Mm-hmm.
There goes the ball.
Very good wrist action. But still a very tiny stroke, but quick, generating lots of speed and spin.
You don't need much. It's like Bruce Lee, the 1-inch punch.
Oh, and there's a cannon. And the beauty of that short, compact stroke is that you have a very, very limited recovery time. You're ready and balanced already for your next shot, as opposed to a larger Krienga-style backhand, you could say, where you're...
As I'm watching this, I see the style. I mean, Yichi has a lot more dynamic shots, you know, but the tactician, Li Cheng, is able to just shut those shots down at certain points. That's impressive. Because Yichi's got a... I mean, his arsenal is just full of weapons. I mean, he can attack you from the backhand. He can attack you from the forehand. Where are you going to go to him?
And it goes to show how... There you are. It goes to show how strong those weapons are, that he's able to find the tiny bit of mistake that Cheng Li makes, pops the ball just half an inch too high, and Yichi's able to convert.
And the technician, Li Cheng, what he does is he actually will use those shots against Yichi. You know, those are those points where the guy hit that winner and he wasn't ready for the next ball to come
Exactly.
back. The guy used your power against you.
A quick return off a low bounce.
It's like a boxer. You can't always go for a knockout punch. You're not going to be ready. You should do a couple jabs, set the guy up, and then hit him with the knockout punch.
Yeah, there's no one-move checkmate.
No, it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
There's a 3-move checkmate.
Yeah, 4-move 1-2. That was my bread and butter when I used to be on a chess team. I'd either lose the match in like 50 moves or win in 4.
That move never worked on somebody twice, though?
No.
Never. It can only work the first time.
Luckily, I only played one tournament.
And that's awesome.
And so I never had to worry about matching up with someone twice.
6-4.
Table tennis tennis, you can have as many let serves as you want, folks. If you train let serves. Oh, look at this counter loop and rally.
7-4.
It's always hard when I used to play my training partner. You know, even if you win, you feel a little guilty. You feel a little bad because your friend just lost.
True.
And even though you are the champ because you beat him, it doesn't feel that good when he's your friend or he's your training partner. I don't know. That's just me. I always felt a little bad.
Of course. I think for Mississippi, there is satisfaction already.
Already?
That
No, you're right.
All 3 remaining players in the singles event
That speaks
are Mississippi
volume for them.
players. And at this point, it almost becomes they've established that they are the dominant force to beat in men's table tennis this year. And now they get to kind of duel amongst themselves to see who's the big dog. And you couldn't ask for a bigger stage than this.
Absolutely. And a beautiful venue.
7-7.
Again, the game is 7-7. Nobody really pulls away until the end. To those last 2 points, we don't know who's going to win this match. Whew. Beautiful, heavy spin. Li Ching telling himself, you got to cover that ball. Push it down. Get on top of that topspin.
It's interesting. You see Li Cheng often on the court, self-correcting his technique. And Mississippi has actually, this is his last year with eligibility for NCTTA competition, but they've offered him a coaching position with their program.
Fantastic.
To begin next year, and he's considering his options, and they hope he'll take it. Oh.
That's amazing. Here's the replay. Li Ching turns. Yichi just steps to the forehand. Oh, right off the bounce. See, if you're closer to the table like that, you actually have a little better chance to catch it off the bounce. And then your opponent has less time.
Yeah, it can be tempting to wait that extra split second and let it drop to a height after it arcs and comes down in that bounce. But if you want to succeed at a high level,
11-8.
The number 10 seed takes third game.
Third
Sorry,
game.
my fault.
We're up
Against the number 4 seed.
exactly up 2-1 now.
Here you see steps in, misdirection flip, ready for the re-loop right at the body. Perfect placement, right at that elbow. That elbow is where it's hard to tell. Do you want to go with your backhand? Do you want to step to the left and use your forehand? Very hard.
Definitely. And at this point, we would like to thank our sponsors, TMS, internationally marketing firm for all ITTF events worldwide, Yola for the champion in you, Gerfloor, the exclusive flooring provider for all ITTF World Table Tennis Championships, Doublefish, the official ball of college table tennis, and of course the Round Rock Conventions and Visitors Bureau for helping us obtain this beautiful venue that we're playing these championships in today and through this weekend.
Oh yeah, definitely give a shout out also to this production team here. For you folks at home that are getting to watch this on live stream, shout out to the guys who are making that possible.
I wish you guys could see the camera setup that we have here. So many different things. I don't even know the names for them, but they look impressive.
I call that the zipline cam.
Yeah.
That thing's cool.
We got cameras on 30-foot arms moving up and down. We got 20-foot tall tripods.
It's just amazing. So professional.
I saw someone in our YouTube stream shouting out that we actually stream in higher quality than ITTF events.
Wow. Go NCTTA. All right, back to the semifinals. Down 1-2. Ching serves heavy. That heavy serve, they serve to each other. They both keep doing that, and it catches them because if you're in ready for that short serve, because right here you see it, bounces deep and long on extra. That was wide, too. Good placement there into the backhand.
You could see him taking it a little bit outside of his body to the left. Not what you want to do.
Yeah, because if you're trying to return the serve short, you want to catch it early to return the serve short. And that's where your opponent can catch you on that long serve because you're stepping in, kind of to catch it early.
Now you don't want to have to make a movement, retreat, and then reset to make another. By that point, the ball's gone.
Very true. You have no time in this game. Both players employing that same tactic, that heavy, deep underspin serve. Again, not any player being able to run away with a lead in any one of these games. It's neck and neck. Point for point. Oh, now that.
Powerful.
That just shook my whole body when he contacted that ball. Like, here you can see it on the replay. It's going to be so fast. Oh, the replay looks fast.
Yeah.
And that's slow motion. They need like super, super slow motion to make you see how slow that is. You can't slow that down. It's too fast.
Five. 6-5.
Great placement. Cheng Li stepped that corner to turn and looped the forehand out of the backhand. Yichi was right at the table, just blocked it straight down the line.
6-6.
Here you can see the replay again. Pushes heavy, turns the corner, boom, right down the line. Left that open court.
Oh, and that's the power of a block. Controlling him back and forth on the table. Powerful forehand attacks from Yichi, but
This tactician in Li Jing can move that ball around, put him in an awkward position, make him feel uncomfortable. I heard you once put yourself in an uncomfortable situation just to see what it felt like, Kevin.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not that often. That spin had side spin, stayed low, curved. Here you can see it again on this replay. Beautiful replay coming up here. Side spin. Curves away from it.
Swing and a miss.
Swing. They better check that AC. Looked like there was some wind on that ball. Nope, folks, that was just spin. Great placement. I mean, it's
tough.
Doesn't get any better than that. Right at the right hip of a right-hander, you put the ball right there. It's very, very hard for them to get out of the way, especially at that speed.
Yeah, that's other than a wide streaking shot to a corner, that's the furthest distance you can make them need to move their feet.
I think this is the biggest lead we've seen.
16.
4 points. This whole match has been neck and neck. And we're still tied at 2-2.
There we go. I would love to have the chance to just hang out in the practice hall at Mississippi College. You get to watch this.
You know?
All day long.
Here's the last point of the game.
You can see Yichi, as he was walking over to his corner, rubbing his left side of his abs.
That's one thing they have to be careful of. I mean, all their players have gone the full distance in the singles. That means they're going to be a little more exhausted than the other players for the team event.
Yeah, fun to take home the titles, but definitely something to be worried about. This is a grueling 3-day tournament.
Very much so. There's a lot of matches played, especially if you end up in the later rounds. You've played a lot more.
Yeah, we're here all day. They're here all day. And it's great. Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah. If you're not here, you got to be here next year. Wherever they have their championships next year, they haven't decided, but I promise you, it's an event you have to attend. As you can see, the venue, they're panning out on it now. Just beautiful venue. Individual course, the practice hall is buried off. They got it nice, no balls flying. I mean, it's just perfect.
2 games to 2, need to serve, 0-0. 0-1. Go! 1-1.
Beautiful counter loop there. I thought Yichi had a nice opening backhand. Yichi said, nope. Got an answer to that. Boom, counter loop.
1-2. 2-2.
We're all at twos. 2-2, 2-2.
The silence in the practice hall does not, playing hall, does not portray how many people we have here watching this match.
Oh no, the silence is because of the severity of this match. One of these two are going home from the men's singles, and one is moving on to the finals.
2-4.
Mr. Tactician, he does not miss a 6-point towel break.
Does a great job of that.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not even using a towel. He's using a T-shirt. Let's call his a T-shirt break.
2-4.
Any moment you can take to calm your nerves, collect yourself.
Take a deep breath. That's the key. Breathe in and out. Some people just forget that in the middle of the match, and then after the match, I'll ask my student, like, what happened out there? Like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, you held your breath the whole time? It's like you're drowning. How can you do that? Nice point here. Counter looping off the table. Yichi almost on the floor looping that ball. He squats down so low.
That great grip on that Gerflor flooring. Oh. And there's that further from the table backhand.
One more view of that. He pushed deep into the backhand, turned the corner. Nice block out of the middle. He took that off that right hip.
Yeah.
Was not able to convert with that backhand. I don't think he needed to jump on that backhand. He should have stayed grounded.
Definitely. Always good to keep your feet grounded.
Yeah, definitely want to have that stability.
Well, very, very rarely is any additional movement from that jump worth losing that balance.
Yeah.
And that high toss serve you saw right there was trademark of him in the 2014 run to the finals match against Cheng. We saw almost all of his serves served in that way.
Now,
set up very much just like that.
Look at the placement. When he turns this corner here, where he places the ball. Bing! White line.
Exactly.
5-7.
That's how they can take off the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing that all day long. White line, white line.
I was saying earlier, you heard the legends of the training halls overseas.
I've been there. I was in Korea. And the first day I got there, I noticed the end line was all gone. And I'm like, what? There's no paint on the table? And I asked them, they're like, no, they just take it off. I mean, it gets hit so many times, it's gone. I thought that was the design or something. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But now I know, boy. That's called precision training. It shows you if you hit the ball deep, it gives your opponent less time. Like that push he just did. Jammed him out wide to his forehand. Tried to block him, but Li Cheng was able to make 2 or 3 spins.
7-7.
Oh.
E for effort, though. Yichi almost got over there to get it.
Yeah,
Here you see the spin on that high toss serve. It comes back and just grabs the net, spins right on.
Very, he had an opportunity to match the shot we saw earlier, perhaps the best shot of the tournament from Derek of Ohlone College.
I missed that one. Hopefully, I'll see it on ESPN tonight.
The roller just over the net, or just around the net on that height of the table. Really is a stunning shot when you can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go back to my room. I'm going to check this basketball scores, then I'm going to look for the ESPN highlights of the table tennis tournament. Hopefully they'll be there.
I want 1 or 2 in there. I think we probably got at least a handful to choose from, really.
The athleticism of these athletes is phenomenal. Wow. I mean, what Cheng Li, he opened from his backhand corner with his forehand. Then Yichi, watch right here. He gets jammed in the backhand corner, moves over. Now he goes wide to the forehand, and he still covers the ball. Wow.
Beautiful. And for those of you who are at home, every swing these athletes are taking is, to relate it to a sport people in America may be more familiar with, they're swinging with the power a baseball player puts into their swing. But they're doing it not just 3-4 times in a 4-hour.
And their strike zone is not just a little diamond, it's a 5-foot. But then the angles make it wider than 5 feet, so it could be 12-foot strike zone. You got to find the ball. Go.
Yeah. And your 90-mile-per-hour ball is
only
traveling.
9 feet.
Yeah.
Not 60 or 40, whatever baseball is.
Oh.
No, but that's why the athletes in table tennis, I mean, when they train, there's 6 to 8 hours a day training. Not many other sports do that much training. Like, NBA players, in college, they got school to do, and then you got maybe basketball training 3-4 hours a day. But the table tennis players, they got 2 sessions of 3-4 hours a day, plus the physical, plus the running. It's pretty intense. They did some tests on athletes, and they said the table tennis players were on par with the soccer players, and they said the soccer players were the best fit physically. But then you can tell, you look at table tennis players, they look like soccer players. Their legs are strong. They're ready to run for days.
Very similar. Yeah, soccer players, you always hear run miles in their match.
Yeah.
Table tennis players, also very, very good shape.
So you can see here, folks, first game, Cheng Li won 14-12, then Yichi 11-9, 11-8, and Cheng Li comes back 11-6, 11-8. If you're just tuning in, this is the semifinals. Winner goes on to the finals to face the young newcomer from Mississippi College, Chiwei. Now, I'll tell you what, if I'm Lichi, I want to end this match right here. Cheng Li, I do not want to go into a 5th game. Why? Because I'm going to be sore and tired tomorrow, because you still got a final to play, whoever wins.
Oh.
But with forehands like that, Yichi says, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right here.
Frustration on Cheng Li's face, telling
Check it out.
him, watch
Here he
the
turns
ball.
the corner, Kevin. Boom!
You can see, unless they cut away, the reaction there right into the camera from Cheng Li.
Oh, here we go. A lot of matches, you see a lot of touch play, but these guys know each other. They know what's happening. You'll hopefully see a lot more open points like we almost got into there. Counter looping, forehand-to-forehand exchanges.
Yeah, and interesting to think. We've talked about tiring each other out in that singles competition, but here we have 2 teammates in a match that's already in the 6th. Could very well go to 7.
And the winner plays another teammate.
Exactly. And what could also very well be a equally grueling match.
Absolutely. All tied up. Mr. Cheng Li does not miss, like I said. Here he goes again to the shirt.
T-shirt break. I think Yichi just doesn't sweat.
I mean, doesn't look like he's sweating. He's been wearing that shirt the whole day.
And it is dry.
Maybe it's dry fit. Look at that. So Yichi was, in the beginning, dictating the pace.
4-4.
Until Cheng Li just moved the ball over a little bit. The ball came to his forehand, then he took the shot. Very good. There's that heavy long, and then blocked to the open court. That's that effectiveness of that heavy underspin serve. You see it here again, the open court, the block down the line, beautiful. But to set that up, it was the heavy underspin, because you can't crank a heavy underspin ball. You got to respect it and spin it up.
Oh, powerful. That cross-court forehand shot from this, with the step around from the backhand corner.
Yichi's got a 2-point lead. Says, I want to go to the seventh, I'm sorry. 7th game is where I'm headed.
We've been playing 5-game matches all day long until we reach the semifinals, and then they extended.
To the best out of 7.
Exactly. Oh. Tough break.
Yeah, I mean, when that ball hits that net court, you don't know how much spin is left. You don't know how quick it's going to be, how much pace was taken off the ball. Good rally here, topspin. Oh, boy, I thought it. Every time I say it's a good rally, it's the commentator jinx.
It just shows how fast it is that we can have this incredible rally, and it happens so fast that before we can even say anything about it.
Yeah, like the guy's already hit 3 or 4 amazing shots, and we're ready for 20 or 30 because we just want to see that action.
Oh, of course. We talked about it earlier, but the average table tennis rally at professional levels is 2 to 3 shots.
And you know the reason why that is? It's the level of spin they put on the ball. Okay, because if you're at home and you're in your basement, you can have a 30, 40-point rally because you're not spinning the ball. There's no, what do you want to call it? There's no tension to, you know, if you're watching billiards, like a really good billiards player, what they can do, they can use a cue ball to set up their next shot. Basically, that's what a good table tennis player does with the spin. They use that to set up their next shot. See, like that side spin ball that he looped there, you can actually put underspin on that ball because you catch the underside of the ball. And that's why that ball went into the net, even though it looked like it was a topspin return, it wasn't. The ball had underspin on it. Yichi does not want to go home yet. The number 10 seed says, I'm still alive. I'm up 9-8, down 2-3. With serve, high toss, beautiful.
He'll grant himself 2 game points.
Here you see that high toss with beautiful side spin. The ball just curves over. Ball's got a lot of juice on there. It's like starburst.
Oh, beautiful.
How cold?
Ice.
He's got that blood in his veins. He just went for that ball. I mean, you're down. Okay, I'm just going to counter loop. The guy's great first attack.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
You have to not be afraid.
That's true.
You know, you've put in the hours of practice.
And trust your practice. Oh,
exactly.
Here we go.
And there he is.
He's a tactician.
Worked his way back.
10-10. Just like that, Kevin. Unbelievable.
10-10.
The high toss.
Such control on his high toss, too. Straight up and down.
Here's the return. Look at this. Looks like it's an underspin serve. He goes, it pops up. It was a pure topspin serve. But if you notice, Yichi took that extra step to make that return. Even though the ball's high, you got to get in. You can't just stand there and expect to make that shot.
Oh, not as ice cold on that one.
I don't know, man. To go for that serve?
True. Yeah.
Because had that hit, we'd have been like, ice, ice, baby.
Oh, look at that score line.
It doesn't get much closer than this, guys.
Yeah, only the 4th game decided by more than 3 points.
Unbelievable.
And we'll go into that 7th deciding match.
There you see that last serve. He really went for that edge on that last serve. Down the line for that white line. it comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of this game, 1 game to 11 points. The winner moves on to the men's singles final. Kevin, do you want to pick one? Okay, don't. Let's just see what happens.
I would love to.
I know. I got that feeling. I'm like, I'm going to write it down right here.
I don't know who to pick. You know, the game's been so even back and forth. Both players have an arsenal of weapons.
Yeah.
And both players have done so much to control their opponent that this is anyone's game.
Absolutely.
As we've seen, back and forth, back and forth. It's not a game where one player went up 3 games to 0 and the other came and fought back. This has been tight from the get-go.
Yeah, and I don't see either one having a clear tactic that they could employ to separate. I mean, they're both very, very close. And that's because they play each other every day.
I always like to say, you're only as good as your training partner.
Absolutely. That's a good point. Here you see the backhand to backhand rally. Yichi moved it to the forehand. Cheng likes when you go to his forehand. Here we go. 3-3. 3-3.
You don't get that on the scoreboard too often.
No, you don't. Here comes that beautiful high toss serve. Oh,
so much spin on that serve. It's amazing how easily Cheng Li makes handling that look.
Here you can see it again. Ball just hit them. It bounced in the middle of the table and returned over by the backhand corner. Side spin just 90 degrees. I mean, this is the finals of the 2016 Collegiate Nationals. You got to go for that backhand. That was a beautiful shot. Just missed by a little bit, though.
Semi-final match.
Well, for one of them, it's their final.
Yeah, true.
For the other one, he's going on to the real final.
Yeah. And this was the 2014 finals matchup.
The players change ends at 5.
5-4.
Just 1 point lead.
Neither can pull ahead.
No.
I don't believe we've seen yet a lead of 2 points even in this guy.
But Cheng Li has missed a couple of backhands, and that's not his forte.
Yeah. All game long.
Here you can see he controls the ball short. Yichi pushes a little bit long. He goes for it. Just missed. See that disappointment in his face. 5-all. You know, in the 90s, Sweden had Waldner and Pearson, who were in the finals of the World Championships in '89 and in '91. And then they had a reversal of who won. It's kind of like, you know, these guys met in the finals in 14. Li Ching won. Now she's meeting in the semis again. Maybe this is a reversal. Who knows? But why I brought that up is because those two practiced together, and it made the level rise. These two are practicing together, the level went up. If you youngsters in the U.S. are out there, make sure you practice together, because that can only help you. And as we were talking, this forehand loop you'll see here, totally, that's what you call an emergency. Just lean and get it out of the side of your
Such a compact stroke. Amazing to get that off in front of his body.
The tactician has taken a timeout because he's down 3 points.
This is the largest lead we've seen in this 7th game.
Yeah, for Yichi, this is the first time he's been up this much.
3 points up, 3 points away.
There's that shot. There was no time to move. As he was moving, he hit the ball.
Yeah, and no time. Notice how he moves with his upper body, not his feet.
Correct.
He keeps those balance.
Yeah. So you have something under you when you want to go through the ball.
Exactly. Better to lean with set feet than move and be unbalanced.
But if that's all you can do, then do it. You know, it's better to do something than just stand there and watch the ball go by you. So
it is?
I guess.
Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Amen.
9-5.
Well, if he decides to be the coach, he might be coaching the champion and the runner-up. If he doesn't pull this out. But we'll see what happens. Nice high toss serve there. Net. Wow. I get nervous when I see those nets.
Yeah.
Oh, he could have missed it.
Oh,
I mean,
stuns him.
that's your practice partner, and he still can't return your serve. I mean, he pops it up and misreads the ball. Look at this. He thinks it's underspin. He goes under the ball. Zoom. Pops up.
6-10.
And looks him off down the line, plays that cross-court shot.
Fade. Just
Beautiful. Textbook.
there you go, folks. The 10th seed has continued. Let's call him, what do we, the Cinderella story.
Sure.
He's our Cinderella story. This 10th seed is in the finals.
Yeah, since all the underdogs in March Madness got out, this'll do.
Yeah, we got one here.
Yeah, we do.